Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. In the world of One Piece, there are several powerful swords. However, among these swords, there are 12 that stand out among the most powerful and extremely resistant swords. Among these swords is Ace, a sword belonging to the former pirate king, Gol D. Roger. This sword is currently lost to history. After Roger loses his life, the sword is completely lost, and with no information on where it could be. This leads us fans to theorize about its possible location, and who could obtain this powerful sword in this final saga. In today's video, we will talk about the possibility of Zoro being able to find this sword during his final adventures in search of One Piece, how this sword can make him even more powerful, and how important and powerful this sword is. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to smash that like button, give us a thumbs up to unlock your devil fruit powers, and hit that subscribe button to awaken. Now, let's jump into the video. Guys, as said in the video's introduction, the Ace sword that belonged to Roger is lost. Its current location is completely unknown, possibly being in the possession of a former member of Roger's crew. If Zoro or even Luffy finds out about the existence of this sword and its great usefulness, it is likely that they will try to find it, as its possession could help them face very powerful enemies that the Straw Hats will have to face. The discovery of the legendary sword Ace, one of the 12 supreme grade Meito, could represent a major turning point for the world of One Piece, especially for Roronoa Zoro himself. The reputation of this sword, immortalized in the skilled hands of Pirate King Gol D. Roger as one of the most powerful and durable weapons ever created, echoes through the ages of the Grand Line. For Zoro, a swordsman whose determination and willpower is insatiable, the possibility of wielding Ace would be more than just a personal achievement. It would be an honor, a responsibility, and an extraordinary challenge. Imagine the possibilities of Zoro, an already formidable swordsman, now equipped with a blade that was used during the glory days of the Pirate King, which has witnessed epic battles and which has remained immaculate after facing the most fearsome adversaries. He would not only have an exceptional weapon in his hands, but also a direct connection to the past with one of the most iconic pirates to ever sail the seas. Now the search for Ace becomes not just a quest to find a powerful weapon, but also a journey to unlock his true potential. Zoro would have to master not only the physical skills necessary to wield such a powerful sword, but also understand the history that this blade carries with it. He would have to internalize not only the techniques, but also the philosophy behind the sword, honoring his past while fighting for the future. His attempt to try and tame the Ace sword would be similar to what he had to go through to master Enma. Although these swords differ in many aspects, powerful swords have a soul in which they only accept being used by worthy swordsmen, which will mean that Zoro will have to prove himself powerful and worthy of using it. What makes Zoro's search for Ace even more captivating is the symbolic potential of this powerful sword. While Pirate King Gol D. Roger represents freedom and the spirit of adventure that echoes across the seas, Zoro personifies perseverance, the pursuit of excellence, and the desire to become the greatest swordsman in the world. Finding and wielding the Ace sword would not only be a joining of forces between two different eras of piracy, but also a tribute to Roger's legacy and an affirmation of Zoro's ambition. Throughout his journey, Zoro has demonstrated an unwavering dedication to his goals, constantly seeking out more difficult challenges and more powerful enemies. He trains tirelessly to improve his skills, always looking to overcome his own limits. Obtaining the Ace sword, one of the most valuable treasures in the seas, would align perfectly with his path of continuous self-improvement. Furthermore, this quest could also solidify Zoro's place in history as one of the greatest swordsmen to ever live. The story of how he found and mastered the Ace sword would be told for generations to come, inspiring aspiring swordsmen to follow in his footsteps and believe in their own dreams. The possibility of Zoro using the Ace sword would be a very interesting thing to see. Zoro would obtain a new power even greater than what he already possesses. This would cause him to obtain another extremely resistant sword so that he can use it against Mihawk in his final battle. Through the swords Enma and Ace, Zoro manages to obtain a new power capable of facing various difficulties, becoming even more famous and gaining respect from many swordsmen around the world, recognizing him as worthy of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. In this new chapter of his journey, Zoro would not only be seeking the Ace sword as a physical object, but also understanding the meaning behind it. The Ace sword may have a big secret behind it, allowing Zoro to learn more about Roger. As previously stated, swords have a soul, which means that Zoro, as well as communicating with Enma, will be able to talk to Ace, allowing him to unlock even more of this sword's abilities, also revealing a little about the journey of Roger in search of the One Piece treasure. And as Zoro progressed on his journey, he would realize that wielding the Ace sword was not just a matter of raw power, but of responsibility. He would become become not just the wielder of the blade, but the keeper of its history, a defender of the values Roger fought for. Zoro would inspire others not only with his unparalleled skill, but also with his dedication to the memory of those who came before him. As he braved the seas in pursuit of his dreams, Zoro would encounter challenges that would test not only his physical strength, but his wisdom and understanding of the world. He would meet friends and enemies, each one teaching him valuable lessons, allowing him to learn even more how to use these two powerful swords that Zoro currently carries, bringing him closer and closer to achieving mastery with a sword capable of defeating Mihawk and obtaining his title. Thus, Zoro's journey in search of the Ace Sword would not just be about conquering a legendary treasure or obtaining a title that only the most formidable swordsman can achieve, but about becoming a true master of the sword, not just in skill, but also in heart and soul. He would become a living legend, an inspiration to future pirates and swordsmen, a symbol of determination and courage in a world where the strongest are not just those with physical strength, but those with the inner strength to persevere no matter the challenges that they face. Zoro's journey towards the Ace Sword would not be a selfish quest for power or personal glory. Instead, becoming the wielder of this legendary weapon would be a commitment to a greater purpose. He would understand that this sword was not just a combat tool, but a legacy that Roger passed on to the next generation. Zoro, by wielding the Ace Sword, would become an even more powerful swordsman, allowing him to improve himself even faster, possessing two legendary swords capable of cutting anything he desires, as long as Zoro is motivated to overcome its limits. With the Ace Sword in hand, Zoro would reach a new level of power and skill. His ceaseless training and tireless determination would combine with the power of the legendary sword, allowing him to face challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Furthermore, by wielding the Ace Sword, Zoro would be able to unlock the secrets and mysteries of the world of One Piece in a way that few could. The blade could contain clues about the truth behind the lost century, the history, and the true meaning of One Piece. Zoro would become a wielder of knowledge and power, a rare and formidable combination. His relentless search for the truth would lead him to face unimaginable dangers, but he would face each challenge with the courage and determination that made him one of One Piece's greatest characters. Thus, Zoro's journey in search of the Ace Sword would not just be a search for power, but a search for meaning and an even greater purpose. He would become not only a formidable warrior, but a guardian of Roger's legacy, a protector of the world's secrets, and a symbol of hope for those who believe in the power of their dreams. With the Ace Sword in hand, he would become a great threat to Mihawk, a true master of the sword, ready to cut his way towards the future, leaving a trail of glory and inspiration wherever he goes. And so, the saga of Zoro and the Ace Sword continues. As the world of One Piece unfolds with new twists and challenges, Zoro remains with his strong determination in pursuit of his goals, seeking to obtain even more powerful swords. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.